There's something very weird going on with this Charlie Kirk situation. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this before, ever.
Talk to me.
Charlie Kirk was murdered in broad daylight, in cold blood, in front of thousands of people. Now, when the incident first happened, within minutes, they told us, we got our guy. We got the suspect in custody.
Right.
But after being told that this was the shooter, that this was the guy who killed Charlie Kirk, even the optics showed that he was a criminal. They was dragging him away, both feet in the air, told him, not giving him an opportunity to pull up his pants while people are screaming at him.
Right.
We for sure thought, okay, yeah, this is the guy. Then, like, we found out, like, an hour or so later, no, this is not the guy.
This is not the guy.
From custody. Then we said, okay, like, that's weird.
I just saw some interesting information about this guy, though, so we gonna see if he says it in this video.
The wrong guy and treating him in that manner seems like something really big to just mess up.
Right.
So, but we thought, okay, maybe, listen, man, all right, the description is an older white male with similar clothing on, and they just arrested the wrong older white male with similar clothing on. Come to find out, that theory would be wrong, because they took another person in custody.
It was a college
student. This time, the description is the opposite of the initial suspect that was arrested.
Well, I mean, one thing we also learned was that the gun wasn't recovered at the scene. So it sounds like he managed to do his pre-operational planning, find that spot, line it up where he thought, you know, his victim would be, take out Kirk with a single bullet, pack up the weapon, maybe break it down, put it into a smaller bag. If you get off that roof, you have access right to a parking lot where he could have easily gotten into a car and left. In the video canvas, what we don't know. Did they get a good image of him, or was it just the clothing? Were they able to get a license plate reader of a car leaving that took them to a name? But we know there's an individual about 25 years old who's in custody as that person of interest. But this is where it starts, not where it finishes. That means getting, as Evan pointed out, a search warrant for the house, a search warrant for the car. Do you then recover the gun? Can you match the ballistics? They have a lot of work to do tonight. And they have to figure out, was he acting alone? Who else is there? Who's he in communications with? They have a lot of work to do tomorrow, too.
That left me even more confused. So the suspect is actually 25 years old, and he actually doesn't fit the description of the 60-plus-year-old man y'all arrested initially at all? Then why was 60-plus-year-old man arrested in the first place? That was my first sign. Okay, yeah, there's something confusing going on. I don't feel like the personnel know what they're doing at this point in time.
Yeah, it was very fishy.
Charlie Kirk's murder at all. But at this particular point in time, they believe the 25-year-old that was in custody was the shooter. The FBI director, Kash Patel, he even came to Twitter with a fist in the air, letting people know, we got our guy. We arrested Charlie Kirk's shooter. He's in custody at the moment.
Okay.
Kash Patel writes, the subject for the horrific shooting today that took the life of Charlie Kirk is now in custody. Thank you to the local and state authorities in Utah for your partnership with FBI. We will provide updates when able. So, but when you're thanking them for their work, it kind of had the tone of, like the investigation, it's a wrap.
Right.
We got our subject in custody. We're going to move forward investigating him, trying to get the house subpoenaed, the house search, and things of that order. He was speaking as if it was a done deal, as if it was a wrap.
Right.
Like usually when it's a done deal and it's a wrap, we would have the name of who the shooter is. We'll have to picture the image of who the shooter is. We'll have an idea of what the shooter's identity is, but that never came out. And minutes went by and videos began to surface of what people will say is the alleged shooter that was arrested and put in custody at the moment. But that shooter, or the person who was being put in custody, if that's the 25-year-old, is not 25 at all. It looks like that's another person with another demographic that was being arrested.
I was gonna say, I thought the shooter was 22 and a student. Who is this guy?
I think they just found the guy right outside the carry-on. Rifle on this dude's dash, and they just handcuffed him.
Bro, are they pulling a stunt, like, to just confuse them? Like, if they all say they're the shooter, or they all look like the shooter, then... Like, what if they all, because I saw some stuff that, like, it was 20 people in a Discord chat all talking about, like, conspiring about this idea. So what if it's like they're all, like, they all connected themselves in some way just to make it harder to find the actual shooter? You feel me? But I don't know, bro. A third person is nuts. But they said there was a Discord chat of 20 people talking about this stuff, so who knows, boss? Who knows, bro?
I don't know about y'all. I don't look like no 25-year-old.
It does
I
not.
look like a man who's in his mid-40s, to say the least. Mid-40s, maybe 50s.
Yeah.
So it looks like that's another suspect. All right. So we're asking, okay, where's the 25-year-old? What's his identity? And before we could really speculate, because people were beginning to speculate that the 25-year-old was this random Twitter account that belonged to this, like, transgender who made a threat to Charlie Kirk the day before he got to campus, claiming that something bad was going to happen the day of campus. So everybody was already running with the assumption the 25-year-old was this transgender dude on Twitter.
If it's a
I saw some that
the community. So this person here goes to the university, of course, they, them, and look at what he said yesterday. He says here, Charlie Kirk is coming to my college tomorrow. I really hope someone evaporates him.
Gotta watch my
literally.
surroundings,
and then
y'all.
he writes,
hold on. Somebody fishy looking just walked by my car. If you see me looking at him, gotta watch my surroundings, or bro. But they said what?
And look at what he said yesterday. He says here, Charlie Kirk is coming to my college tomorrow. I really hope someone evaporates him, literally. And then he writes, let's just say something big will happen tomorrow. So a student is saying this yesterday.
Wait, okay. What I've heard is that the trans dude is the, like, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, is the boyfriend of the shooter. The trans dude is the boyfriend of the real shooter. That's what I saw. But I don't know if it's this same trans dude or what.
And I also find it very, very odd that the person asking the question was asking Charlie about trans shooters before he got shot. So FBI, Cash Patel, whoever the fuck this dude is, yeah, I think you should look into this.
Ooh, so that was the signal then. That was the signal conversation.
This is it. Yep, there it is. I agree. Do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years? Too many. This is serious. We're not on the federal, but if you're not, everything's fine. Okay? Now, mine is a lot, right? I'm going to give you some credit. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years? Counts it or not counting gang violence. Great.
So you're going to try and tell me that this student last night said, oh, just wait for something big to happen tomorrow, and then the person asking the question was asking about shooters, and he gets shot? I'm just saying, and if the shooter is...
Yeah, bro. Y'all is wildin', bro.
This
bro.
Psychotic community, oh, y'all going down, motherfucker.
Hey, guys.
This
y'all is wildin', bro.
Oh, y'all going down, motherfucker.
I'm to find out that was not the shooter that was in custody. And as of now, there's no word on whether or not that person has been questioned or arrested.
Utah
the
is
shooter that was actually in
tripping.
custody, or the alleged shooter that was in custody, the 25-year-old, his name is Zachariah Qureshi. And up until about an hour ago, everybody was reporting that this was the guy who killed Charlie Kirk. Come to find out, that's not true. But then Cash Patel came back to Twitter and let us know, yeah, sorry, we thought we had him. we don't got the shooter, people.
He said the subject in custody has been released after an interrogation by law enforcement. Our investigation continues, and we will continue to release information in interest of transparency. You just thanked everybody and said you had the shooter, though.
We released him because he had nothing to do with it. See, Cash Patel took to Twitter and he says the subject in custody
That's very weird,
after
bro.
an interrogation by law enforcement. Our investigation continues, and we will continue to release information in interest of transparency.
That's very
There's
weird,
something
bro.
scary and spooky going on
Yeah.
here, right? The shooter was able to shoot Charlie Kirk precisely, and he was able to aim and hit his mark 200 yards away.
Right here,
on his
bro.
belly, on a roof.
Right here, bro. And it just started gushing.
And he was able to pack up, break his gun down like this, pack it up, and get out of there before being identified, seen, or caught by anybody.
Where are the cameras?
That was a professional who did that, bruh. It had to be a professional now. Had to be, man. Yo, to pack up that good. Nah, come on, bro. Nah, man.
Yeah.
Now, listen. I can't recall a time where somebody this high profile got murdered in broad daylight in public like this in a massive fashion, and we don't know who did it within a few hours.
Literally.
Come on, bro. The only people capable of doing something
facts.
this clean and undetected is a professional. Now, Trump did address the
Yeah,
country.
bro, like, I'm not gonna lie. There's some smart college students, but college students aren't that smart, bro. To be able to pull something off like this perfectly, bro, like it's a movie or something. Nah, bro.
Charlie Kirk. Now, I'll say this.
Nah, bro.
Maybe it's somewhat of a good thing that the killer has not been identified before Trump's speech, because it kind of gives Trump the opportunity to come and just express himself. If the killer or the shooter was identified and their identity fits within the bubble of the people they've been trying to disseminate or tell people to fear, like trans shooters or like black folks or Mexican folks. Yo, if the shooter had fit into that category, we might have heard a more divisive speech from Trump. But
wait, hold up. When did this video come out? Because he came out 6 days ago. Somebody said he was a sacrificial lamb to keep the division going. They aren't finding the killer because it was the government that did it. Charlie Kirk told the people he was afraid that Mossad was going to kill him. He switched his stance on Gaza recently and started speaking up on the Epstein links to Mossad. Was told to stop several times. Funny how this happened the day after the Epstein birthday books come out too. I don't know who Mossad is, but whoa. Who is Mossad? Trump Mossad that killed him, then blame it on the woke left. Why? To distract everyone from the Epstein files, the Palestinian genocide, his falling poll numbers. Oh, wow. Nah, this is crazy, bro. The guy has zero power. Nobody cares. I don't know, man. I don't know.
For the most part, Trump gave a speech, that was pushing for unification of America right now.
To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there's never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith, and we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the two young, beloved children, and his entire family who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this joyfully anybody, this nation, act that violence way possible.
We get the gist.
It was going so good, and then he hit us with, like the division. I do believe language like this is divisive, because I don't feel like it'll be a victory if somebody retaliated and a famous leftist creator got hit. I don't feel like anybody will feel like, oh, mission accomplished, job is no. I feel like we're in this together. And I don't feel like rhetoric, demonizing and vilifying the left, I don't feel like
is that what he
help
did
us
in the
as
speech?
America right now, because we need healing, bro. We're too divided.
This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others, radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died. The values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God.
Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you think can heal America right now? What do you...
Let me see what the rest of the comments is saying, bro. Why is this guy doing donuts in the parking lot? Hold on. He said, all before 9/11. What is this dude doing? Hold on, y'all. My fault. It's some fishy stuff going on today. This dude's just doing circles in this parking lot I'm in. Bro said usual suspect. So Trump just blames left and just ignores the 2 Democrats in Minnesota government that were stalked and murdered this month. He blamed the left for the divisive rhetoric while spewing the same divisive rhetoric. Seems like common sense to me. Yeah, I don't know about that speech, bro. If he was like, yeah. We need to stop this celebrity worship in America. What did this man contribute to society besides his opinion? I don't fear anything but God and not the false god of white supremacy that he worshipped. Yeah, a lot of people do praise these celebrities, man. Why was the president the one to notify us of the murder? This is not something presidents usually do. Wash very carefully the hands of those you throw mud on and with. Man, I don't know, bro. This is crazy, but this car is throwing me off, so I'm finna get up out of here. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments down below.